Oh, here it goes.
Now, in between Scary Movie 1 and 2, there was a similar movie with a shitty ghost face mask. Shriek, or some people say Squidlifter, was a completely unrelated movie that spoofed the big two slashers that Scary Movie spoofed. The main difference is that no one is darker than an eggshell except for Coolio. Rest in peace, Coolio.
Shriek.
I just realized Shriek just spoofed Scream 1 and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and not the sequels, even though they came out at this point. Why did it come out in 2000?
There is a spoof dying to get made.
We're all ending.
Both movies share a lot of jokes, but I could chalk that up to just being a coincidence. This isn't a Zaz movie just yet. Ah, screw it, I'm not selling this movie. It's just High School High. It's just High School High, but white. And for some shots, straight up just look like it's from Scary Movie. Not in like it's replicating Scream, but more like this just looks like a sketch. One plus side, I could say that it wasn't completely banking on Scary Movie. Like, you don't have, like, from the producers, a Scary Movie on the DVD, and the poster is different, unlike the other copycat movies. This is a cost 4-pack. Post-dated thought. You French fuck. Also, I like how they slapped Coolio under the poster when he's literally just playing a Prince ripoff. Also, this random 5-second character too. What the hell? Is Chucky Matt Murdock? Could both posters be a highbrow reference to the Drew Barrymore poster? Perhaps. I should bring up the Poster Keys poster too, because it's something. They'll never be the Japanese poster for Scary Movie 1 or 2. Is that King of the Hill music? I think the movie is more comparable to Not Another Teen Movie, mostly because this is way more American Pie than Airplane, plus every character kinda sucks.
He's gonna tell my fucking mom.
Thank God the biggest problem Sydney's group had was that there was a serial killer on the loose, or not. Oh my God, Becky, why don't you go to the prom with me? I'm such a virgin. The Scary Movie is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory without the intro. This is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, except everyone is the Snozzberry bitch. And there's Ernest too.
Beauty is a state of mind, but more closely resembles the state of New Jersey.
Every character here is so bland, and unlike most slashers, they don't really have a fun death, except for Simon Rex. See you in Scary Movie 5, dude! This movie put a lot more effort into the visual jokes instead of the story or dialogue, which sucks because entire scenes just feel either boring as shit or the pacing is so off it's like I made this movie. This movie is less than 90 minutes, but 20 minutes is with this terrible love story with the Tom Arnold cop and some bitch, and it just leads to nothing. It's even the synopsis on the back of the DVD. Like, the idea is fine, just have a bumbling cop do stuff while bodies is happening in the background, but he just isn't funny at all. Like, why is he in here? Also, the love interest is as fake as the DVD cover. That the record show that I never fully watched Scream, but I watched Little Man 5 times.
Key! I want key! Give me the key! I need these! I want keys! And I'll be right back, man.
Also, my point still stands because Scream is not a rom-com with Tom. Am I being too mean to this movie because it was at the wrong place at the wrong time?
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
You know what? Thanks, Tom.
What a fag. Let's go pin it on his locker.
This movie also tries being meta about being a parody movie, but I feel like they never watched an actual parody movie.
Of course, rule number 101, you can't have a successful parody without mocking contrived, confusing endings.
Which Naked Gun movie had an ass-pull ending? Shriek really banked more on the self-awareness than the commentary from Scream.
Simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
For a mystery, it's fine as long as it doesn't lead to somewhere stupid. But for a comedy, it's worse because they're trying to point out all the jokes they already made.
Okay, for Christ's sakes, guys. MTV? That's like the worst pun I ever heard.
I believe what made Scary Movie a good spoof was that it was able to celebrate what it was parodying, but also taking pot shots at everything else. Well, Shriek thought it was on the same level because it name-dropped Hot Shots.
Alright, we got Hot Shots, The Naked Gun, ooh, Airplane.
Hey, I hear if you pause it just right, you can see Leslie Nielsen's penis.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh hey, I forgot to mention that movie in this video. Oh hey, another low-budget spoof I should have mentioned, but I wrote the script in November. Also, I do like this meta joke with the band. It's their big break for a movie no one will watch. Shriek shows how much smarter Scary Movie is and how better paced it is. Like, the Wayans were able to properly satirize Scream by using its narrative to satirize slashers from the late 90s instead of the late 80s. Meanwhile, Squidlift was like, hey, let's make a love story with the cop and the reporter that goes nowhere. Yeah. Like, I don't blame the writers for this. The Zaz formula was getting very old at this point, much like slashers before Scream came out.
10 years later, the gags are still funny, but they're not exactly new anymore.
And it needed a rejuvenation, but sadly, the movie came out 6 months too late. I don't want to be too mean to Shriek. There are some good jokes in there, like the airplane watch party.
And don't call me Shirley!
I do like the idea of watching a regular movie like Air Bud, but treating it like a thrilling horror movie. I guess Scary Movie did that joke first, but this movie is more like a what if or a thought experiment for Scary Movie instead of an actual competition. Did I mention how long the ending is, and how the pier scene repeats 4 times?
I mean, you could have a field day just looking around in the background.
Ghostface also sucks in this. Like Scary Movie, there's a subtle running joke of Ghostface realizing he might be the only sane one in this movie. The running joke for this Wojak Ghostface that he's indirectly killing his victims instead of directly, like it's some Wile E. Coyote shit. Except he clearly gets some kills.
Hi, I'm Hagatha Udsley from MTV News.
It was Hagatha all along. Now on Disney+. I think this is what Harvey wanted Scream 3 to be instead of a riff on it. Also, Ghostface in Scary Movie had realistic culprits and wasn't a half-assed choice at the end of the movie.
What's going on?
They're identical.
I'm my own grandpa.
It was treated like an actual twist and wasn't in any of the trailers. And also, since I'm doing a video on Carpool, let's face it, Tom, your ass ain't no Agent Terrace. The primate from Jay and Silent Bob was more realistic.
Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, get over here. In order to be funny, you gotta push the envelope.
This movie starts with the others chicken out.
I love how Scary Movie does the whole school violence situation as a punky fuck you for backing out on bloody kills in horror movies. And like an edgy teen, Shriek just thinks school violence jokes are enough to carry the movie. I know it's kind of unfair to compare these two movies, but they're so oddly similar even down to the fact that they have post-credit scenes.
Not every movie needs a post-credit scene.
For this comparison, I should mention the Salzburg script for the original Scary Movie. Even though the script shares jokes with Scary Movie, it shares more plot points with Shriek, where it leans more on Last Summer and Stan Helsing slashers, including Christine for some reason. I don't recall Randy ever being like, okay, Ghostface might be a motor vehicle. Or his brother, I don't know. Like, I kinda get it, both Scream and Last Summer both name-dropped a lot of movies, but it's not like Scooby-Doo. Okay, maybe it's a little bit like Scooby-Doo. The Salzburg script is more like Spy Hard meets Date Movie in terms of quality. Like, it's full of bootleg Zaz jokes, being weirdly mean towards Drew Barrymore, and confusing Michael with Jason. I don't think Salzburg were the brains for Scary Movie.
Carmen Electra, watch your back.
I honestly think all 3 scripts are just a weird coincidence. What's extra weird is that the ending for the script is a spoof on Halloween H2O. A rarity for the writers to not spoof something from the trailers. Oh right, there was a Kevin Williamson script too.
I was trying to create something new and different that we haven't seen before. I wanted it to sort of just be perverse and very sort of satirical.
All 3 scripts are homage to Kevin Williamson movies. For most of his work, that makes sense. Last Summer was basically just a less meta version of Scream at Dawson's Creek. This isn't like High Anxiety where it's a celebration of all of his work. I don't see any Faculty or Wasteland references. But I do see Teaching Miss Tingle, the Imperiacs of his filmography.
But working with William Kevinson was really a great experience for me.
Most of them are mindless though, acting like his following. But I think Scary Movie does a great job combining his work. We get a nice homage to the Halloween scene from Scream with Halloween H2O as the movie they're watching. I feel like a dumber movie would have just picked Scream and riff on it. I wish the Wayans saw Halloween Resurrection, that would have been dope. Does that mean Shorty watched Scream 2? Oh wait, that makes sense.
Yo, son. It's like I've seen this all before.
They had a kill at your old high school, Shorty?
Nah, it was in this movie Scream. Same dialogue and everything.
Another reason why I think Scary Movie wins is because it takes itself a lot more seriously, like no one is truly dumb. Cindy can be naive and her friends can be selfish, backstabbing, and cocky, but they're never senseless.
Sex can be a beautiful, sensual experience between a man and a woman.
You were a dirty old whore.
Plus, most of the random jokes are like foreshadowing to the twist, like with Doofy Shenanigans, or the joke that Bobby is both bi-motorist and bi-curious. They feel like characters from this weird world, with genuine fear and dread. They are very comparable to the characters from Airplane and Disaster Movie. It's also true for the sequel too, kinda.
I mean, did Norman Bates have a motive? No. Did they ever really decide why Hannibal Lecter liked to eat people? Don't think so. See,
Watching television shows doesn't create psycho killers.
I don't want to bully Shriek. Scary Movie was made by basically the same company that made Scream and exploded at the box office.
This first one was so big, you know, we opened at $42 million. Yes. Which was unheard of. Yes. And they tried to say for a black director that was a record breaker. No, that was a record for just a comedy director, period. Don't you minimalize or marginalize my success by you trying to label it.
Meanwhile, this at-home alternative was made by a record company? Wait, they made the Dexter hip-hop album, what the fuck?
Like Coolio, De La Soul, Will.i.am, Prince Paul, and more.
The last thing is, I find it weird that Scary Movie is the only project that had Bill and Stu as Ghostface. Like, that's Ghostface's entire deal, like it's multiple people in one suit. Yeah, mostly.
you're absolutely right. I'm the first to admit it. If this were a scary movie, I'd be the prime suspect.
It is weird how both movies have Dewey as Ghostface. I feel like having someone that's a crazy fan of Scream who's so obviously the killer would be a better joke.
Who were you expecting, Billy Loomis's mother?
Real missed opportunity for both movies to not do the TV kill with like a PS2 or something. Kinda weird they never did a sleeping with the fishes joke either. They probably did copy each other. Or maybe those two nipple babies wrote the script.
And it had to be you with all your lies and bullshit theories.
What is your problem?
Also, before I move to the haunted mansion, I want to share a neat fact about these three movies. So the original screenplay title for Scream was Scary Movie. Then one of the drafts for Scary Movie, not the ones, was called Scream If You Know What I Did Last Halloween. Then you have Squid Lifter. What I'm saying is, welcome to the family, son.